Get past our own egos and look at the issues and the state of our people, because even though we talk about the great things the Democratic Party has done, we are 37th in the world in education. Black America is at its lowest economic edge since the Jim Crow era. I was fortunate enough when I got at my inauguration to have James Baldwin sitting in the front row, who was a senior fellow we had spent many times together. I debated Saul Alinsky. I assisted Malcolm X as he left the Muslims to create the Organization of Afro-American Unity as he became involved in the Civil Rights Movement. I was the vice president from the World Peace Council. I still don't feel like we've accomplished what we should. My mother was a practicing Democrat. My father was an Abe Lincoln Republican. My great-grandmother was a slave. Because I love that I've been a part of this, and I will continue to stay involved with the DNC or something, some way, because I think this may be the avenue to go. But a lot of my constituents said, Gus, if you don't come back with the answers we want, no matter how difficult it is, we're going to start a third party.
Mayor Gus Newport, the former mayor of Berkeley, California, died on Saturday, June 17th. I was very close to Mayor Gus Newport, along with many others, people such as the one and only brother Danny Glover, who you see pictured, or who you just recently saw pictured with Mayor Gus Newport on the campaign trail for Senator Bernie Sanders. In this headline right here, in the story that was the article, the opinion piece written in Common Dreams really captures the essence of Mayor Newport. Remembering Gus Newport, a progressive titan, the former Berkeley mayor's record of accomplishments from civil rights activism to groundbreaking political initiatives to far-sighted community economic development programs to global solidarity and elder statesman leadership could fill volumes. And I want to thank Chuck Idelson so much for writing such a deep piece about the mayor. And I'm having one of those, but I just talked to him because I did just recently talk to the mayor about 2 weeks ago. We talked about politics, of course. We also talked about a book that he was working on and also a movie project that he had going with Mr. Danny Glover. In his opinion piece in Common Dreams, Chuck Idelson describes Mayor Newport as a titan. He really got that right. Former Berkeley, California Mayor Gus Newport, a titan of progressive politics in the late 20th century, social justice champion who worked with Malcolm X, and a lifelong humanitarian and internationalist, died June 17th, which was this past Saturday in San Francisco. He was 88 years old. Gus was the embodiment of an adage of a life well lived. His record of accomplishments from civil rights activism to groundbreaking political initiatives to far-sighted community economic development programs to global solidarity and elder statesman leadership could fill volumes. Now, one of Mayor Newport's closest friends, Mr. Danny Glover, who's an activist and a humanitarian, described Mayor Newport this way in an interview with Progressive Magazine back in 2020. The beauty of Gus is that I trust him to elevate our story. When you spend time with someone with Gus's history and character and listen to his stories, you are changed. I hope that a little of my story could resonate with others the way Gus's stories have resonated with me and so many around the world. Certainly, this segment, we can't do enough justice to the memory and history of Mayor Newport, but we want to give you some time to hear him in his own words. I got a chance to serve on a committee with Mayor Newport. This committee was for the DNC to bring DNC members together after the tumultuous 2016 presidential election cycle. And the mayor served on this committee, and here's some of what he had to say while serving.
I was extremely pleased when Larry called me and said that Senator Bernie had asked would I serve on this. I wasn't expecting anything like that, although I campaigned for him, Danny Glover, and I campaigned in the South for him and other places. I consider Bernie one of the greatest people I've ever known in my life. He and I served as mayors at the same time. He, Dennis Kucinich, and I used to be called on to talk at many of the Eastern universities. And I remember when he threw his hat in to run for governor of Vermont, he invited me out to campaign with him. And representatives of UPI and AP were in his office the first morning that we were going out to campaign. And the question was, Bernie, why would you, a Jew from Brooklyn who's a socialist, invite Gus Newport, a former black nationalist and a socialist from Berkeley, to campaign in a 97% white state? And Bernie said, because we're going to talk about the issues.
Because we are going to talk about the issue. That was Mayor Gus Newport. It was a Unity Reform Commission that was formed as an agreement after the tumultuous 2016 presidential election. It was formed by Senator Bernie Sanders and Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, who was the nominee in 2016. There's a song with lyrics referring to how the good die young, but on rare occasions, we are blessed with the good living long, vibrant lives. The Honorable Gus Newport certainly fits in that category. Condolences to him and his family and his closest friends. I will miss him very, very much.